If you're starting a business, you know one thing starting off. You know you want it to be successful. And in order for that to happen, you got to have customers. You got to get in front of your right audience. Who is your right audience? How do you know who your audience is? We're going to be answering that today. I'm going to teach you how to identify who your audience is, who your ideal client, customer is, so you can grow your business. Create content for them, improve your content so it's made specifically for who's out there consuming your content. Let's get right into it. Thank you for tuning in to Small Town Entrepreneurs Podcast. Have a new episode every single week, every single Thursday. Tune in. And I promise you're going to get some knowledge that you can apply and you'll see some results from it pronto. Let's get right into it. How to find your ideal audience for business. I got some tips for you how to do that, some things you can do. You're more than welcome to pull out a pencil right now, which I do recommend, or at least take notes if you use a phone, an app, however you do take notes. I recommend you get at a place where you can. If you're driving, maybe turn on that Google voice search and save a note, because these are some value bombs right here. And we're going to get right into it. The first thing is, obviously, you want to know your product and the service that you provide. You want to know what it is that you're providing. You need to know that. You need to have deep knowledge of this. Deep knowledge of your business from your customer's point of view. So you want to see what it is that you're providing from your customer's point of view. See how they would see it and be very honest with yourself. Get out a notepad. Like I said, take some notes and jot down exactly what it is that you're offering to your customer, to your avatar, whatever you want to call them. It's a community for me. I'm not big on customers or clients word, but it's a community that I create, and I love creating a community. People that I can talk to and really help them and let them know that I'm there for them. I love helping people out, and I always have. And I've always been the type of guy, if I don't know anything, then I'm not going to say anything. And you'll learn that as we go on in here. I'm not going to ever share anything unless I know it. So if I don't know something and I get asked a question, I'm going to ask somebody through my network who does know it. So you're going to get these questions answered. So any questions you have related to this, I'm going to have the notes posted on the website. That's smalltownentrepreneurs.com. Click on helpful tips and you'll see them. And any other questions you have dealing with your business or dealing with obstacles as an entrepreneur, you can send those to me as well. Just go to the smalltownentrepreneurs.com, click on contact, and you can hit me up there and I'll answer them in a future episode. But growing your audience, how to identify them. You need to know what it is that you're offering them and how your customers see it from their point of view. What problems do you solve for them? Why should they buy from you instead of your competitors? What sets you apart? You want to answer these questions. What sets you apart? Why should they buy from you instead of your competitors? Do you offer a more up-to-date solution? A faster solution? What sets you apart? Is it how you provide your content? Is it how you have your service displayed? Is it how you... the price? What makes you different? Who actually benefits the most from your product or service? You need to write that down. And when I say who, I mean what type of person? Is it for example, I'll use, with this, is it a 21-year-old entrepreneur? Is it a 37-year-old entrepreneur mother with 2 kids and she has a side hustle that she wants to make it her main hustle? What is it? Whatever it is, you need to know. Keep that in mind. And you can don't stress too hard about it and say, well, I don't know. Because it's whatever you write down, you then create your content and your service for that person that you write down. When it comes to that, you want to be honest with yourself, and then you want to know, who does your business value? So who would find your content, your services valuable? That's some questions you can answer right there. It's all about knowing your product and services. The next thing you need to do is determine your goals. What are you wanting to do with your business? What is the aim? What is the goal of your business? Once you've looked at your business through your customer's eyes from the previous step and you identified who is currently buying from you, it's time for you to determine what your goals are. Are you happy with that customer that you got down on paper now? Or are you happy with that type of customer? Or do you need to kind of change up your business, how things are going, and you want a different customer? Are they happy with you, most importantly? Is your customer happy with the way that you're creating? Are you providing the best? And now don't stress out if you're new or newer, even if you're in your first 1 or 2 years, because you're going to keep creating, you're going to keep putting out content, and you're going to get better as you go. And those people that are with you right now, those are going to be your day one audience. It's very powerful. So don't let nobody including yourself, because we can be our own barrier a lot of the time. We can be our own obstacle, and you don't need to. This is a community right here, right now, and I'll tell you this much. You will not be judged right here because you're out there creating content. So if anybody bothers you, ignore them. They're not nothing to do with you. They're mad at themselves because they're not doing what you're doing. That's all it is. That's all it is. So you need to know, if you're not creating that content, that's okay. If you're actually taking action, trying, and you're improving and you're learning as you go. But are you not performing as good as you can? And is that why they're not happy with you? That's where you need to identify where you're at. Do you feel like you're not appropriately targeting the people and getting your content, products, or services in front of the people who would actually value from your business the most? If you've been working with a lot of startup founders but would like to form partnerships with more, enterprise, entrepreneurial, like top level companies, maybe your current clients and customers may not be your ideal ones. You're not getting in front of the right ones. Maybe you're trying to get in front of young entrepreneurs and you're like, well, yeah, I don't know how to tap into that market, and I'm just going to stay right here with these old entrepreneurs. And when I say old, I mean older than 20s and 30s, That's not even old. If you're alive, you're young. That's how I see things. Happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive today. Comment down below, whatever app you're listening to this on, comment down below. Are you happy to be alive today? Because I'm happy you're alive today. I'm happy you're here with me today. And I'm happy to see you on the path to success and creating a successful business. If nobody told you that today, there you go. Know I care, and know I'm happy that you're alive. And if you're happy you're alive, comment down below. I'm grateful for life today. Just comment down below. I'm grateful for my life today. I'm grateful for my life today. And I just want to see the positivity spread. You never know. Somebody could roll up on this content and see that, and they might be in a down, slumped down mood, and they see that, and then they get grateful for their life today, So comment that down below. Let's get that positivity spread for life. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm happy to be helping you and answering some questions. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're getting in front of the correct customer that you have for yourself, that you want to help. You want to make sure that you're creating the right product, content, services for them. You want to make sure that you're doing what you need to, and you're on the right platforms to get in front of them. Maybe if you got a visual product and you're not on Instagram, you're on LinkedIn, you're on the wrong one right there. Make sure that you're doing everything, and sometimes we're just so busy that we don't see this, and we can easily make a mistake. There's nothing wrong with it. That's why we're doing this right here. You just want to shift your focus and change your business model. There's nothing wrong with that, and reach a totally different audience, and you're capable of doing that, and I believe in you, and that's all there is to it. That's all you have to do. It's a time for you to write down your goals. Write them down. You need to have them written down. Determine what specifically you want to achieve. And this is going to help you, by writing that down, it's going to help you change and make the changes that you need to by writing it down and knowing the changes that you need to take. You're going to be able to reach that audience or make the changes that you need to, and alter your strategies when it comes to your new customers or who you're trying to create products for and getting in front of them. Just think if a car salesman, I read this on a forum, and it stuck with me. It said, just think if a car salesman set a goal of reaching $10 million in sales in a year, he's probably going to stay far away from broke college kids. So make sure that you're staying away from from people who are not getting you to your goal. Everything that you do in your business, everything that you do every day, every minute, let's back that up, every hour, every week, every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Let's go ahead and do it like that. Everything you do, you need to be aware, and be aware that is getting you to your goals that you have for yourself, your life, and your business. You need to be getting and doing the things that are getting you to those goals that you have set for yourself in your life. And I'm going to help you get there. And number 3, the third step after you do this, number 2 is the third step. You want to think about your past interactions. And I'm not going to get on this too long because some of you may be starting off and you don't have that many customers right now. But step 3 is you kind of want to review any past interactions that you've had with customers. And I'll say it doesn't have to necessarily be business customers with your business. It could be customers with anything. If you've sold anything previously, if you've worked anywhere in retail, possibly, you could think of any interactions with that as well. But think of the good and the bad, and you need to figure out any major mistakes that you may have encountered with them. Maybe you didn't start the mistake. Maybe somebody just had a sour attitude, but there's ways that we can learn to not let that situation and that attitude escalate. You need to write down and have in mind the mistakes and the successes that were made with the previous customer experience. It's going to help you narrow down your focus. Look back on any huge opportunities that were good and bad that, you can feel it in your stomach, like you're just pumped. You just made a good sale, or you just helped somebody out and you did the unexpected, or maybe you got a earful from a customer or something and it just hurt. It was horrible and it was a bad experience. And those incidents have anything in common. Maybe they all resulted from, miscommunication. Maybe you didn't ask them a question. Or maybe you could have spread some positivity. If they were in a bad mood, you could have said something to lighten the mood up or something. Anything. And I'm big on taking responsibility for everything. That way, even if it's not your fault, if you go ahead and grab that responsibility, when you grab that, you can then throw it. You take control of it and fix it yourself, and you ain't got to wait and expect anything from nobody. So take responsibility for things, even if they're not your fault, because it gives you the ability to toss it, let it go, and fix it however you want to deal with that. Taking responsibility gives you the ability to be in charge and in the driver's seat. Next thing you want to do is build your customer profile. You've done all the research that we just talked about, put in the notes, the thoughts, you've got your goals set, you know who your product and you know what you're creating and who it's for. Everything's outlined. You need to know what makes your customer, what bothers your customer, what makes your customer uncomfortable, what problems do they have, what problems do your audience have. You need to write this stuff down. Write down how you're going to solve it. What you create solves that. It's going to involve answering some important questions, and I'm going to give you some questions that you're going to answer to get these. And just know this right here going into this, the more you know, the better it's going to be, and the more growth you'll see at a faster speed, and the more powerful this is going to be. All right, so you want to know, what do your customers stand to gain from choosing yourself instead of anybody else that is a competitor in your niche? How do they gain more from coming to you instead of any competitor? What features do you offer that nobody else does? What uniqueness do you have? What unique selling point do you offer? What is unique to you compared to them just saying, well, I'm just going to go to your competitor. How are you different? And how is that beneficial for your ideal audience or customer? Define your product or service from the customer's point of view again. What you're providing? What does that do for your ideal customer? What problems does your product solve? What needs of your customer does your product satisfy? How does your product improve your customer's life or work? Think about all that. Answer those questions. Define the ideal customer for what you sell. What is their age, education, occupation? Are they a business owner? What kind of business do they own if they are a business owner? What's their income or financial situation? You need to know this stuff. What are their situation? What are they doing right now in work? What are they doing right now as me and you're talking, me and you're having this conversation right now? What are they doing right now in their life? What are they doing right now today in their life? You need to know this and answer this question. It's going to help you out, my friend. It was very powerful for me and key to my growth right here. This is how I got customers and clients as a freelancer when I was starting off. I did this exercise. It's going to help you. You need to next determine the specific benefits your customer is seeking. What benefits are they seeking in buying your product? Of all the benefits you offer, which are the most important to your ideal customer? What are the most pressing needs that they've had enough? They're ready to explode. They're looking for this. Maybe they don't even know. Maybe they don't know that they need this. So you've got to take the responsibility to let them know that they need it. What is just pressuring them? Why should your customer buy from you this product? You need to know the location of them. Geographically. Where do they live or work? Where do they live or work? Where are they when they... This is key. Now listen to how I'm wording this question. Where is your customer when he or she buys your product or service? Are they online, at work? Are they driving in their car? They just picked their kids up from school. Where are they at when they buy what you're offering? Where is your ideal customer at when they buy the product or service that you offer? Very powerful question to ask yourself right there. And comment that down below. Where is your ideal customer? Because that one's gonna help you a lot. So I want to make sure that you got this powerful information right here. So comment that down below. Comment down below. Where is your customer when he or she buys your product or service? Where are they at? Are they on the commute? Are they on a run? Are they on a jog? Are they at the gym? Are they doing their laundry? Washing dishes? What are they doing? Comment that down below. It's gonna help you. I'm telling you. That's one of the big questions right there. Next thing is you want to determine exactly when your ideal customer buys your product or service. What has to happen in their life? What has to happen in their work, in their business, for them to make the buy for your product or what you're offering? What has to happen? Did they just have a huge failure? Did they just have a huge success? What's going on with them? What's going on? What time of the year even? Month? What time of the month? What week do they buy it? Answer those questions. Man, and when you get these, you're going to see a tremendous difference with the way you're creating better content. It's going to be more quality, more specific for your audience, and it's going to be what they're looking for. And if it's what they're looking for, they're going to want what you have. You're going to see that success take off. But then there's this next step right here. You want to also know their buying strategy. How does your customer buy your product or service? How has they hear what I said? Didn't mean to say that, but how has your customer bought similar products or services in the past? Think about that. Is it online? Is it in person? Is it at an event that you get to go to? You need to know this stuff. Get it written down. I'll try to give you, I know you can pause this or whatever, but I'll try to give it a little bit of time in between it so you can let it sink in and get this stuff written down and take a note. But then you want to know, like I said, you want to know their buying strategy. How do they buy your product or service? How do they buy what you offer? Have they bought similar offerings in the past, similar services in the past? What is your customer's buying strategy? Let's get that down on paper in notes. How do they go about making a buying decision? How do they go about making that buying decision? And that's going to get us to this next step. And we're almost done here, so stay tuned, stay strapped. I mean, we are almost done, and then you're going to start taking action on these and getting that content, quality content created. And you're going to start seeing that audience expand. Now that you got that, we're almost done. We got like 2 more. You want to know what are their problems, no matter what you sell, ever. No matter what you're bringing to the table, services, products, conversation, anything. You're always selling a solution to a problem. So remember that. You're always serving somebody by solving a problem and helping them with problems. That's how this works. That's how life works. That's why if you're here to serve and you feel like you're in business to serve, you're really going to take off, because that's what life is about, is helping each other out. Genuinely. They want to know what their problems are, for sure. Now, a little information right here, I'll tell you. Remember this, the business owner or the entrepreneur who can understand a problem of their audience is most likely the one that gets the business every time. You're going to get the sale every time. If you can understand and identify what problem somebody has, you're going to get that business in almost every case. The act of solving problems is that should be the primary focus of anybody when engaging with a prospective customer. Always, 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 always. Now, take it a step further, you need to also know, you're solving their problem, right? But what do they see is value to them? Now remember this, I'm not sure who said it. If you do know who said it, then let me know. But they always say value is in the eyes of the beholder. Value is in the eyes of the beholder, so to speak. You know, that's what I've always heard. The difficult part of that question, when you ask what do they think value is remembering that it's the beholder and not you. So really, when you're answering this, see what they think is valuable, not you. Even though it can be hard, it took me a couple of tries to get this right, writing it down and don't wait, but I finally got it right. And you can get on social media and see the type of things that they're buying, the type of stuff they're talking about, that they are talking positive about. That's something that they value, and that's what they think value is. You understand that and how they think, and then you start to see what they like and they talk positively about, and that's what they see as value. That's what they think value is, and that's how you're going to get that question. See what they talk positively about and what they're hyped about. Then we got the last one right here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to help you. But this is the last one. Drum roll. How do they want to be served? You need to know how they want to be served. And what I mean is, understand the demands and what the demands from your customer and what they expect. What are their expectations? An ideal customer, client, audience. You want to know how they, first off, you want to know how they want to be served. And then you want to create ways where you're serving them in those ways that they wish to be served. Now, is it through events? Do you offer free trials and then they test it out and your free trial was just so good, like they're like, hey, free trial's up, I'm getting it, I'm paying for it? Do they need to have that little taste of a free trial of what you got? Do you maybe need to offer someone a free trial for somebody to see how valuable what you're creating is? That's fine to do that. Do that if it's so good that they, that free trial's up, they're going to get it. But figure out how they like to be served. What do they react on when it comes to taking action on purchasing a product or service? Do they go all in immediately on everything they buy, or are they always looking for trial offers? Are you in front of a more rich audience and they just buy things that are in bulk? You might be selling a product one at a time and maybe you need to bulk up. Do they attend conferences, or do they rarely leave their house? Do they rarely leave their business? Do they work so long hours that they don't have time to get out and commute and go to events? Do they value delivery? Do they like things delivered? Do they like electronic products, or do they like direct mail? Do they enjoy communication and talking to you frequently, or are they more introverted and they like to talk less? How do they like to be served? It's going to start by knowing that right there. Once you get that answered, then you're going to serve them in those ways, and you've got everything else answered that we just talked about. You're there. Now you're going to just discover how you will move your prospects into the awareness. Now, your next step after you get these done and you get these answered, you're going to figure out how you're going to move in front of and get in front of your ideal customer, client, or audience to make them aware of your business, of what you're solving. You want to let them be aware of who it is you are, who's your business, you're by yourself as an entrepreneur, who you are, and what problem that you're solving. What are you educating them on? What's the benefits of your product? What problems do you solve? And are other people talking about? Once you get a couple of sales and stuff and you're in this targeted niche, word of mouth, you're going to have people, referring other people. And you could tell people to refer. You offer something or tell people to refer you to other people and offer them something for doing that. But this is how you're going to grow your audience. This is how you're going to grow your audience. This is going to help you save time. Trust me, it's going to help you save time. It's going to help you save money. It's going to help you save headaches. And it's going to help you create better content because you're going to be creating the content that your customer wants. It's going to help you with the quality of your content, effectiveness of your content, creating the right things. It's going to help you out so much, and it's going to help you grow that business. And when you grow your business, you're going to be growing that money. So it's going to help you with monetization as well. And that's it. That is it. I hope that you applied these things, and I hope that you got value from them, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Small Town Entrepreneurs Podcast, and I'm going to catch you in the next episode. If you have any questions that have to do with this or anything else that you're going through as an entrepreneur or a business owner, you can go to smalltownentrepreneurs.com, smalltownentrepreneurs.com, and contact me on there and send in the question, and we'll answer it on an upcoming episode of the podcast. Until then, I want to see you outperforming, out hustling, creating success, and I want to see that business grow because I know you're going to be able to apply this stuff, and I know you're going to take action on it, and I'm looking forward to seeing that business take it to that next level. So, next episode is when I will see you and provide some more knowledge for you to apply. Until then, once more, I'll say it. I've said it already. But until then, thank you for listening. We out here.